Well, climate change has certainly become a global priority, and the U.S. sheep industry has a very important story to tell when it comes to animal agriculture's carbon footprint.
In my opinion, we should really take an honest role in reducing our footprint on the environment, minimizing that while producing the food we produce, and do a much better job communicating with the public at large. Because particularly the younger people in society want to know where their food comes from.
Over the years, environmental concerns about livestock production have gained traction, and that's why sheep producers like Susan Schultz say it's so important to tell their story.
We've got to change the narrative because we can do whatever you want to call it, targeted grazing, managed grazing. We have the ability with our sheep to just do wonderful things for the soil, but we're not telling that story, of regenerative agriculture. We're not telling it, and we've got to get better at it.
And despite repeated attacks from radical environmental groups, Dr. Mitloehner says that agriculture actually reduces greenhouse gas emissions.
Oftentimes, agriculture is portrayed as a net source of greenhouse gases only, leading to climate change. But what's really interesting is that one greenhouse gas, so-called methane, can be an important avenue for solutions, because if you manage to either keep methane stable or even better reduce methane, then you're actually pulling carbon out of the air. And when you reduce carbon, when you reduce methane, you reduce warming. You induce what's called negative warming, that's cooling. So if we reduce methane by 10, 20, 30%, we're actively pulling carbon from the atmosphere, much as if we were to plant forests that do the same during photosynthesis. And that is where I want the agricultural sector to go. To find their role, understand their role, and be part of the solution.
Now, in addition to the American Sheep Industry Association, the American Lamb Board is also working with Michigan State University to evaluate the environmental footprint of the U.S. sheep industry in order to have accurate and robust data to help contribute to this very important issue. In Billings, Russell Nemitz, MTN News.